Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. I'm professional sports handicapper Ross Benjamin. He's Mr. Chip Chirimbus, veteran professional sports handicapper and a very successful one at that. Chipper, how are you this morning?
Well, I'm great because Georgetown did wonderful for us yesterday, but I'm very let down against the game that you won. You won big with Duke, and I got suckered into the wrong side on that one, and very disappointing for me. But congratulations to you. I know you're running real hot right now, and let's keep it up, Ross.
Thank you, Chipper. I appreciate that. And as we well know, we've been on opposite sides over the last 6 months or so on occasion. And usually it pans out around 50-50. So it's not like I'm always on the right side when you're on the wrong side kind of thing or vice versa. So just keep that in mind, folks. Again, we're recording on Thursday, the 11th of March, and we're going to give out a free pick on tonight's card.
Right.
If you want to go to the archive of our YouTube channel, you'll see our video from yesterday where we both gave out an early selection on today's college basketball card. And tonight we're going to go to a late free play. So, Chipper, before we get to that, we were talking off air. Do you have anything you want to share? Because you've been very successful over the years. We both have for that at this time of year when you need to be the sharpest. Is there anything specifically you could share with the audience that may be like a handicapping tip at conference tournament time or even beyond?
Well, the conference tournament time, it's exactly what your big winner was about yesterday. Here's Duke had lost 2 games to Louisville during the course of the regular season. Now comes playoff, and Duke on a neutral site was favored. I mean, that's a dead giveaway. I mean, not only is it difficult to beat a team 3 times in the season, I took the other side. I said I thought it looked a little too obvious because of the way we go after it, meaning that when a team's lost twice and they come up, I thought that maybe Louisville was after beating Duke last week and then coming back to a loss where might bounce back here, but it didn't happen. But that is one of the key factors that I look for, and I played against myself. You took advantage of it, Ross. Congratulations for that. But that's something that here I am being a proponent of, and yet I did just the opposite of yesterday. I have a game I'm talking about tonight in the same situation as my free play, where a team has already won twice against a team during the regular season.
Yeah, there's nothing more aggravating, and I don't mean to. I'm not trying to rub salt in a
Oh,
wound,
no, no.
but there's nothing more aggravating I could say from my perspective. And I got a feeling from talking to you quite extensively over the last 6 months, you feel the same way. Is for whatever reason you defy your principles and go against it
No.
on a certain occasion, and you're wrong. Your leg needs to be stretched out much more than it is to kick yourself in the behind at that point. But hey, live and learn. You move on, and sometimes we're guilty. And I'm not saying this is the case with you, but sometimes we're guilty of our own confidence, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, Chipper. It's a very humbling business, and you need to stay humble like you have for the last 40 years. And your win-loss record reflects on what a quality handicapper you are. I was 2-0 yesterday. I won my college basketball 10-star top play on Duke, obviously. And I am now 71-44 since 2017. That's 62% with my last 115 college basketball 10-star top plays. So on a real nice run with those. I'll have another one today. Assuredly, I'll have one right through March Madness on a daily basis. And my NBA cashed in as well yesterday. I know you passed to the NBA yesterday, Chip. I hit with Memphis yesterday, and I'm now 28-14 with my last 42 in the NBA, 67%. You could find my picks at rbwins.com, and you could find Chipper at chipwins.com. Chip, before we get to our free pick, is there, you want to share with the audience how they could find you, reach you, and what's going on?
Well, thank you, Ross. During the tournament time, I'm expecting to put out 3 games every day. Maybe on a Saturday when we have that huge schedule, I come with, I call my Fab Five, and that could probably come back on a Sunday as well. But the matchups have to be there, Ross, and we're not posting games just
Yeah.
for the sake of posting games. You're aware of that. You have, a tripod of games in the NBA today, and looking to put out a 3-pack on a daily basis. But if you're sitting there and you're not interested in the NBA and you only want the college tournament, you can give me a call right now. My number's at the website, 702-931-CHIP, 702-931-2447. I know you like that, but I'm sitting in, and we can deal on a personal basis, whichever way you want to go.
All right, so let's get to our free pick. That's how you can reach Chip Chirimbus. Chipwins.com is a site. He just gave you his phone number. Folks, at this time of year, you want 2 veteran handicappers with a proven track record. You're looking at both of them right now. Chipper, your free play.
All right, and the Big 12 has been great to us all year, and they've had great matchups. And I have 2 really good teams going head to head with horrible point spread records. And it's difficult between Texas Tech and Texas. Texas Tech has come on strong. They're 10-16. Texas has covered their last 3 in a row. Big deal, bud. They were 7-13 at one time. But Texas has come on strong of late. The thing about this contest is Texas Tech has beaten Texas now twice this season, and 7 of the last 8 times they played them. Ross, prior to that, Texas had actually won 40 of 46 times straight up. Now, this game is virtually a pick 'em situation. I think Texas Tech is a small favorite. They swept the series against this team this year, but they're only 6-15 against the spread in their last 21. And they've only covered 4 times, Ross, against teams with winning record in the last 17 meet times out. That's an absolutely horrid point spread record. But one thing these 2 teams have in common is the ability to put the ball in the hoop. Texas Tech 2 years ago, when they made their run, was a defensive team, but things have turned around for them the last year and a half. We didn't get to see them in the NCAAs last year because of the season ending the way it did. 8-3 to the over after a loss. That's Texas Tech. And Texas is 13-4 to the over in their last 17 overall. I'm going to play this one over. Texas Tech has swept the series already, and they come up favorite. A little different than what we had yesterday when you had Duke, the winner, coming up the favorite after having lost the 2 regular season games. Texas Tech has won the regular season games, so I'm going to avoid getting in that trap one way or another, Ross. I think this game goes over the total.
So I believe the total right now, the best total you can get on that game is 135, if I'm not mistaken. So Chip Chirimbus, free play for our Thursday evening on the latter part of the card, I should say, is on Texas Tech over the total of 135. My buddy all of a sudden went from playing no totals to being a totals guru. Wait, I know that you do another video with picks and
Right.
parlays, I believe, and tell the folks a little bit about that and the run you've been on with your totals.
Well, it's funny because Allie Burns hosts it, and she had to beg me to get in. She said she had something called Total Chaos, and it started during the football season where she was up 5 or 7 games, and you go head to head with an opponent. Well, Ross, I told you, what do I know about hockey when we start talking about totals? But 13 straight weeks now, I've come up the winner, and every Friday night we do this live at 7:30 Eastern. Allie Burns it's called Total Chaos, and she hosts it. It's a great opportunity to be out there. And all of a sudden, I have to consider seriously using totals when I start posting games on the services now, because I guess there is more than one way to skin a cat, as we said before, and I'd like to win by skinning some totals as well.
Especially at this time of year when the schedule starts to get condensed. I've always been a proponent of it, Chip. I look at totals the same way I look at the sides.
Right.
And my adage is for a guy like you as well. I mean, if you give yourself or myself 50 plays instead of 25, and what I mean by that, hypothetically, if there's 25 games on the board,
Right.
and you're only looking at sides, you're really limiting yourself. When you look at sides and totals, you're looking at 50 possible winners. Anytime you give pros like ourselves more to look at, a bigger menu, you have a better chance of finding better betting value. But that's just me. Maybe you're catching the fever right now, and you've certainly been doing very well with those.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing very well, let's cash in with another play here from Ross Benjamin, and on Duke and Florida State today, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time start. Right now, Florida State's a 4-point favorite, Chipper, and I went with Duke yesterday, but I'm going to fade him today. I mean, this is a Florida State team that's going to have a lot of incentive today. They lost their last game at Notre Dame by 10 as a substantial favorite. They've now lost 5 games this season. Tremendous team, Florida State. I think they're a legitimate threat to get to the Final Four and maybe even win a national championship. They have that much talent. Now, Florida State is a perfect 4-0 this season following a loss. And they won those 4 games by an average of 20.3 points per contest. So not only are they bouncing back and they don't lose 2 in a row, but they win in convincing style. Also, big time revenge here. These teams did not play this season. They were scheduled to play in Tallahassee on the 2nd of January, and the game was canceled because of COVID-19 that affected the Seminoles team. And but going back, Duke has won the last 5 in this series. Having said that, Florida State was the underdog in all 5 of those and covered 4 of those 5 contests, which shows you how close those games were. Now Florida State is a favorite. They're playing with big time revenge. They're smarting coming off a loss, a game that cost them the ACC regular season title. And, Leonard Hamilton wasn't too happy. And I think this is a great spot to lay to 4 with Florida State over Duke as my free selection on Thursday, March the 11th. Once again, our evening selections in college basketball. Chip Chirimbus likes Texas Tech over 135. Yours truly, Ross Benjamin, is on Florida State minus the 4 over Duke. Chip, before we leave, anything you want to add?
No, just that this is big games, big money. It's a great time of the year for us both and for the players that they take advantage of it. And I hope they do because, we've won a number of different tournaments, which has been involved in the postseason. And I don't mind bringing that up because that's what I said. Big games and big money are on the line right now.
Big time games are for big time handicappers. And you're looking at 2 of them right here, folks. And again, chipwins.com. You could find Mr. Chirimbus's plays, and you could find me at rbwins.com. Folks, this is a great time of year. You like to dabble in during March Madness. Please visit our websites. We'll put you in the winner's circle. And there's a reason why we named this show the Winner's Circle. 2 other things, folks. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, please take a second to do so. And when you hit that subscribe button, also hit that notification bell, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of the sports betting videos that go up on this channel. In addition to be kind enough to give us a like at the end of the video. We put a lot of time and effort into these videos, not only beforehand, but after getting them edited and out there to help you win in sports betting, and a like would go a long way because we're trying to make you happy. It doesn't take much to make us happy. We're getting old. Little things make us happy, right, Chip? So until the next time, good luck and God bless.